Hello. All right. So it's been a while since I last streamed, and hang on, I don't need that going on. I can stop there. And Hive Time has been released. It's been downloaded by a lot of people. It's been bought by some people, and I'm kind of getting ready to move back onto other projects. There's still gonna be a little bit more Hive Time development that's going on. I'm getting well. Let's talk about that, I guess. So let me just hop over to yeah. So over here on my Patreon thingy, I've been talking about plans for post-release updates. The first sort of thing was to get builds of the original post-jam version up and happening and available to people, and that's out now. You can go and check that out. It's got a separate store page, and you know, is sort of the game in its very early state. The queen doesn't sit on her throne properly, and the cell floors don't have any colours on them, and there's no pictures in the on the blackboards or the picture frames here. It's got the old HUD, it's got a couple of old models that we pulled out that we used during development, like the wax assembler here. And I also put in some music based on recordings that I'd done during the jam for ideas of things that we would have done if I had have done the music on my own. It's all rough and sort of made with an aim of being the kind of thing that we were aiming for within that 10-day jam, rather than, you know, polishing it up beyond that. The released version of Hive Time is that, but polished up, I guess. So the next one, and yeah, these time frames are pretty vague. So in terms of when I say weeks away, that might be 5 weeks away, that might be 10 weeks away, it could be 12 weeks away, who knows? Could even be 20. But I want to add in a sort of in-game reference thing called a Bpedia that you know, helps explain and communicate a bunch of the what's that lighting like for me there? I might shut that curtain behind me. Explains, you know, surfaces more opportunities to discover stuff about what's going on in the game, but also gives me somewhere to like put some B facts and some other things that I've kind of wanted to have in the game, but haven't really found time to pack in there just yet. And along that theme of kind of, you know, exposing more information, I want to try and you know, just increase some of the feedback that the game gives to players on various things. And then the sort of, in my mind, the largest update, post-release update that we're going to do is going to add in a new construction category called monuments, and these will be things that you can construct after your first queen or after your first hive, that sort of serve as a way of saying, hey, you know, I've got this far in the game, and you know, it's a way of I guess rewarding or maybe incentivizing people who more rewarding than incentivizing, I think. People who enjoy playing the game, play it for the sake of playing it. Give them something a little extra to keep things interesting, and also remind them of the stuff that they've done across their long game. I want to do some more hats and things as well. I want to try and get some of the bee animations in that I planned. You know, what's there now is possible, but it'd be nice to have some more stuff. And then the third sort of final one that we've been talking about is an update that adds a custom goal screen. So you, as you're playing, you set your own objectives. You determine what you think is interesting and worthwhile. If that's a population of 1,000 or 2,000, then you can get that happening. I just have someone telling me that they're watching the stream, but can't use Twitch chat at the moment, which is fine. Welcome. Yeah, so I want to kind of reinforce that you're making a new queen isn't an end game goal, unless you know that's as much fun as you've had and that's as much as you want to play. Then stop there by all means. But that's just the tutorial. Making your first queen is a tutorial, and then from that point onward, building a new hive or growing your existing hive in whatever way is exciting to you is where the game is. So something that sort of helps lead the players towards setting their own goals is kind of feels important, especially with the way that a lot of players have not really grasped that you know, working through up to your first queen is learning the game. In a lot of people's minds, the moment that you've researched everything, you've explored all the content, and while that's, you know, it's an okay way to play, that's definitely not the game that I was creating. In fact, I think I'm probably also going to add an option so that you can play with all research enabled. I think the only reason the research is in there at the moment is to make it so that you know, new players aren't overwhelmed by choice. and you know, have some progression while they're still learning. Yeah, so that's the sort of post-release plans that we've got in mind. It's really cool to have the jam built out. I had wanted to have them out for a long time, but you know, didn't really want to stop development to make them a little bit more playable. At the time that the jam finished, it wasn't possible to make a new queen, so it's a small change there. Like, the buttons were there, and the costs and the internal code for making the queen was there, but nothing kind of was in place to hook those up together. So yeah, just sort of making that happen. It was possible to delete the throne as well, which is really weird. So put in a check to stop that, and you know, just a couple other sort of very minor quality of life things. But yeah, so that's what the plans are for post-release updates. We're still going to do sort of minor patches as we discover bugs. There are a couple things that I've already spotted in the meantime, and sort of want to. Hey Nevik, how you doing? Want to address. And there's one in particular that I'm gonna try and keep an eye out for today, which is where, if you've got multiple production facilities of the same type, it seems like sometimes bees get a little bit confused about where they should be and what they should be doing. So some of the bee behavior code is getting a little bit confused, and that's potentially hurting productivity or production efficiency in the late game. And I didn't get much sleep, so I have a bit of a cough at the moment, so excuse me if I forget to mute, apologies. Alright, so yeah, we're probably gonna, I don't know how long I'm gonna stream for, but we'll see how we go. I'm actually kind of interested to see how far I can get with 4 nurseries as well. So we might, yeah. Oh, go away, depth of field. I don't want you today. So yeah, I might do my tiny hive first, and then we'll chase that. What am I doing? Depth of field is what I don't want. Oh, I've also got the new version check, which I guess I'll talk about at some point. Yeah, so made a couple minor adjustments to the tutorials as well. I've updated the images for the nursery and workshop tutorial to include the progress rings that are around them. Let's do resources. I've also changed it because originally the step size when scrolling with the mouse wheel for zooming was a lot smaller, and then when I added binder in, I unified the code for keyboard and mouse wheel scrolling, but that meant that the amount of control you have with the mouse wheel was like absolutely tiny. Yeah. Let's get a. Do we have enough resources for nursery? We do. So we're going to build our nurseries here, I guess. Alright, yeah, it's just a minor change that I've made to the tutorial here, which is to remove the mention of workers and foragers from here where it says that they pollen and nectar come from exit cells, and replace that with a bit more text down the bottom here, emphasizing that it takes time for bees to do stuff and that it's important to be able to sit back and wait and observe what's going on. So hopefully that will... goodness, that's odd. Like the first Throne VNet that I've seen in like a whole bunch of streams has been the Bee Freddie Mercury one, which I'm okay with that being first because it's not like it's a long way from the strongest of the amusing things that are in the game, but if they're not being randomized properly, then that's a problem that I'll need to look into. So I'm just gonna quickly make note of that over here. Yeah, it's just make note here. I have no idea what I was saying. Randomization might not be being seeded correctly at startup. No, I worry with upgrading exits that it will just encourage people to feel like they don't need many exits, and yeah, I was tempted to make it so that you could cluster 3 exits together like this, and have the same kind of benefits that you get from the production facility upgrades, where bees will move faster to their destinations or automatically deposit resources into adjacent storage cells. And sort of looking at how that's come together, I think that's probably the most sensible idea if I do add an exit upgrade. Right now exits are the only thing that don't yeah, the only thing that don't have an upgrade. I think. Oh, we'll know when we look at the workshop. I had toyed with the idea of like a few different ideas for the exit, but nothing really sort of ever did what I wanted. I'll have to build these two before we can see all the upgrades. But I guess there is a gap here on the upgrade screen where the exit can go, so there's room for it. I'm just going to think on it a bit more. I feel like it's not something I want to add in unless I come up with an implementation or a solution that really strongly makes a lot of sense, I guess. But yeah, let's do a workshop upgrade to start with. We'll get a couple more exits in here. In fact, we will do more than a couple more exits. And we'll get some builders up and happening. Just gonna keep bee sitters kind of high to start with. Oh, these guys make some more stuff. Yeah, there's also something going on with the production status, where the animation's not stopping properly, so I'll need to address that at some point. Yep. There we go. So make a big bunch of exits here, and that'll probably cover most of what we need. Yeah, breaking the 3 bees per cell rule is not something I'm really excited about. I've put a lot of effort into keeping it consistent, and yeah, I feel like breaking it's just gonna make a lot of confusion, or more opportunities for confusion. You know, it takes a little while for some people to pick up on the 3 bees per cell rule, which is fine. But you know, if somebody does pick up on it, I don't want to pull that out from under their feet That's how I'm feeling about it at the moment, anyway. Yeah, still haven't quite latched on to what's going on there. Let's get yeah, I suppose let's just start with black storage, and we'll get some more stuff going on in a minute. You want nectar storage here? I guess it's fine. I guess we'll do pollen storage over here. Excuse me. Storage. And we'll get another nectar up here. Or not. Oh, we're still out of wax. Not for long though. There we go. Storage, and we'll wait for enough wax to come through. Probably afford that research now. Let's upgrade these first. Oh, there we go. 32. Or do we want a map room? Well, I guess the throne room will give us special bees, and special bees are going to be a fairly important part of this very low population hive that we're aiming for here. So just a little bit more pollen. Wait for that to come in. Oh, that's disconcerting. There's 14 nectar and a bunch of dudes. Oh well. And just a touch more nectar. There we go. Sweet. Alright. Fill those out, I guess. How many workers we got? 17. I guess they're all outside the hive at the moment. There's birds. No need 15. Oh yeah, I've thought a lot about putting it on Steam. And when Valve no longer require an NDA to ship games on Steam, when they offer a pay what you want model, where you can set 0 as a minimum, and where they don't require a downloader client to download and play the game, then I will definitely put it up there. But until then, no. Yeah. Same goes for Epic Store. Same goes for GOG. Yeah, it's been interesting. There are a lot of people who are like very specifically keen on not buying anything outside of Steam, and that's fine. That's fair. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, and there's no problems or hard feelings there. But the rationale that I see a lot of people having, or the position I see a lot of people coming from, is wanting to not have to make a new account, not wanting to have to run another updater or whatever. And that's kind of bonkers, since itch is, as far as I'm aware, the only digital storefront that you don't need an account to buy stuff from. And I found that when I highlighted to people that, you know, by being on Steam, by being on itch, I'm not, you know, demanding that people commit themselves to a new platform, and then instead I'm inviting them to play my game with fewer strings attached. People seem to kind of be a little bit more responsive to the idea, and I find that interesting. So yeah, let's go with the map room next, and then we'll do a honey refinery once we've got the stuff. Look at all our bees doing bee things. So three sixes are 18. We've got 9 exits there. 3 9s is 27. So I think that's enough exits to cover the entire population that we're going to have here. I reckon. That's my best guess. This is interesting as well, with our population, you know, with few bees spawning at any given time. The chances of us having special bees, or the opportunities to have a special bee, are significantly lowered. So that's interesting dynamic there that I hadn't really thought much about. Let's get somewhere for our map rooms to go. I'm gonna put a I'll probably do it as part of the informational update rather than as part of a patch, but I want to do like just a final tutorial message that says, you know how to play now, now you can play the game. So we can do honey now, and the best place for honey is probably going to be, let's just stick that one. And now now. Let's aim for something like this. Wait, did I not? Oh, I researched macros. I was like, we've researched honey refinery, great, but no, I was not paying attention to what my research was. And then we'll go for the barracks, the nursery upgrade. Is that? Oh. We do have a special bee, and I don't really want you to be a bee sitter. What I want you to be is a forager, and you can wear the bushman hat. That's very nice. You can have dots because they're my favourite. So they harvest more resources than other bees. So special foragers and special workers are going to be a big deal. Yeah, wow. Alright, Jeff, you're going to be a you be a forager as well. We have more bee sitters than we need, so let's not mess with that, because I think the other special bee that we had was potentially playing a role potentially playing a role in how many bees we ended up with. So at the moment the maximum bee sitters we can have is 9. We don't really want to go above that in any meaningful sense. Yeah, that's fine. This is going to be a honey storage. How many builders do we have? Just the 2. And they're going to be focused on construction right now. Well, in that case, let us then put the foragers back, because we have more than we can handle those right now. We'll get some more builders going on. People changing their hats to yeah, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. You wonder whether that's each sort of personality manifesting their personal tastes, or whether that's something that the person across all of their personalities has as a way of I guess locking those personalities in when they manifest. Maybe I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting. I might even, hey Jeff, I might even get you to be a builder so that you can help us through this research a bit faster. Have I just broke Jeff? Hope not. But I want him to have those earmuffs because they're cool. In fact, let's follow Jeff, see what he does. Oh, he's doing his thing. I gotta fix the tilt angle, it's getting a bit messed up when you're following a bee. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, that's potentially really helpful for anybody interacting with her, right? Like in terms of being able to read that stuff. Go, Jeff. Tiny bees. Excuse me. Alright, so Jeff is doing his business, that's good. He just had a stint where he was outside. But not quite outside. That's fine. Not a big deal. This is a honey refinery. I guess I should be building more storage as well. But I don't really want to interrupt these guys too much. Yeah, I suppose let's just do. If we do them one at a time, it shouldn't steal too many of them away. And we'll do nectar as well. Doing 7. Yeah, take our honey, champ. Yeah, actually let's bump our I'm gonna keep this at 35 at least. Let's bump these guys up. And we'll do some foraging and see if we can't find something that's gonna be useful to us. I'm thinking of I haven't decided how I'm gonna do it yet, but I'm thinking of making it so that you can't select a foraging zone that doesn't have an adjacent foraging zone that is selected and connected to back to the hive. So like if you want to be out here, you've got to make a path out there that goes beyond just exploration. Yeah, I want this. I want that honey, and I kind of want that honey fast. So do that. Actually, I don't need that honey because we just finished researching honey. But whatever. Let's get our honey refinery up and happening first. We only have one forager. That's gonna die. Yeah, Olive died. Good work, Olive. And Arnold died as well. That's interesting. Killing these guys silently, but it says that I've still got 3. Uh-oh. Well, that's interesting. We'll keep an eye on that, I suppose. So I should be killing more bees as they go out and forage this dangerous foraging zone. Ah, we're full there. Let's get that other research going. And I guess turn this off so it's not killing more bees. We got 7. Oh, we don't have any research going, so let's get some of these storage upgrades while we wait for the wait to be able to do the nursery upgrade, I guess. There we go. So yeah, spending our limited bees on foraging is, you know, it's not. Hello. Why are they all bee sitters? Oh, I guess because bee sitters are the highest probability. If I'm foraging, if I'm exploring foraging zones, then I probably don't want my special bees out there being sacrificed that way. Instead, we'll have them contribute to stuff here. Research. How old is this tiny Jeff? $464. Nice. I think I want to make the Wait, we just killed a whole bunch of bees. Oh, alright. I was foraging and not paying attention, I guess. No, I'm still printing garbage here. That's not good. In fact, where is that coming from? I thought that was coming from the production screen, but maybe it's coming from the foraging screen. Okay, well, that's what that is. Something that I don't need in there anymore. Yeah, so what I want to do is make it so that when you explore a foraging zone and it's revealed that that has a chance to trigger an event, and there'll be like, you know, foraging specific events about awakening threats or discovering cool things, and the what am I saying? Kind of full on resources here, so we don't need to do that, I guess. Yeah, the dangerous zones were kind of meant to be that equivalent of risks, but I like the idea of triggering events as well, because they have a bit more narrative context. So we're done with research. Let's get the nursery upgrade happening, because it's going to give us a slightly higher population cap. Bees doing the bee things? What are you? Oh, you're the one that we had before. Sweet. And everybody's doing the bee stuff. Guess we'll just put that there. Let's get these upgraded. We don't have the research for that just yet. But reserves are going to be pretty important, I think, for the kind of hive that we're going to end up with here. Yeah, I guess let's build bikes out this way. I think that'll work. Let's try that. Nope. That's fine. Just do it here, I guess. Alright, we can now set reserves for pollen, which will keep it about 50, I guess. Still can't do that one just yet because our builders are busy. Yeah, see, this one is still producing. Or thinks it's producing. I mean, clearly there are no bees there. Well, while we wait for all our bees to do their business, let's go see if we can work out what's going on there. So that's going to be... It's going to be in cell, I think. Yeah, so update exit indicators, cell coverage. Oh, research is finished. Means we can upgrade our nursery now. Hooray! More bees for us. Fantastic. So does that bring us up to 38? So not quite 40 bees. This is nice in that it's got a chance for twins, which means we can probably afford to just pull that down to 32 maybe. See how that goes. we got a honey storage? We do have honey storage. How far off jelly are we? Yeah, let's just get the nectar upgrade going. I guess the foraging screen could have interesting. Alright. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by other things. Yeah, but we're looking for where we what's it called? Set pause? No, not set pause state. Let's handle stop production. So it's like, where do we do this? Yeah, clear slots. Is that what we're doing there? Ah, yeah, okay, alright. Some more nursery, nectar storage, we'll say. And while we wait for that, let's get the jelly refinery going. Actually, you know what, we might just don't know whether it's worth bothering with the fences. It's probably not. Let's do some more exploring. What's this guy's name? Oh hey, it's me! I'm gonna die soon. What's this one? This is Alfred. Alfred, I want you to wear, like, a welding mask. Thanks, dude. Cheese. We'll follow Cheese for the rest of his days. Well, these guys are back. Well, that's nice. Let's, spend our... So it only lasts for 60 seconds. So I feel like I should probably extend that a bit. Maybe. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to, like, build enough jelly storage for that to be useful in the meantime, I don't think. Because by the time I've constructed stuff, well, they won't produce stuff while I'm busy constructing. Add that to my notes. Let's not put that here, let's put that over here. Cool. This little dude, green. And I guess it makes sense for us to like just build a whole ton of honey storage for now while we've got the time. And I am gonna interrupt that. In fact, I'm also gonna do wax grade first. Oh no, it won't. It'll jump back to the jelly refinery, but it's fine, I'll fix it. Let's get that one upgraded in a second. There we go. I'm running out of wax. That's fine. So yeah, I think I will like push for the bigger baskets upgrade. I think. And yeah, I think they all cost 500 effort. It's gonna need that. We don't need that right now, so it's fine. But we will need it eventually, I guess. When does this go? Oh, I guess we gotta upgrade the thing first. Maybe we do want that sooner rather than later. We don't need you. Come on, Max. Let you be a builder instead. Speedy up that research for us. Nice. I need to tweak the builder AI's behavior as well, so that in those cases where building finishes, if we're already on our way to that construction site, then we'll just pick another construction site instead of heading back to the workshop. I reckon. I think that's smart. But I'll have to double check and make sure that that's actually compatible with more wax with what we're trying to do. Let's go back and finish that honey storage upgrade. Sacrifice some of these bees. It's been interesting to see how people feel about the whole exploration thing. Bee lifespans are pretty short, so if you imagine that a bee's going out to find one of these places, the amount of time it takes for them to get there is kind of their lifespan in my mind. So yeah, it doesn't kind of, and sort of from a balancing perspective, it makes sense to consume a bunch of stuff. But people are like, what? I'm killing my bees? It's like, no, you're just sort of devoting their life to to whatever it is they're going to be doing. Alright, we don't need to set reserves for wax. I'm doing 102. So our throughput for resources isn't enough to I can look at how much that costs now. The upgrades. 250, 250, 50, 100. Yeah, right. We can do that. Right. Why not get up to that now? While we wait for things to happen. We're gonna save these for when we're actually like chasing jelly, and I'll get some defenders out there as well. That should get us up to 250. That won't, but just stick another one there. Is that pulling? No, it's not good for us. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. This is, yeah, so I guess we could, what do we got? We got 5. Well, if these guys are not foraging very efficiently, I'll just go and tell them to spend their time exploring instead. It's nearly time! Yeah, I don't know. Mixed feelings on whether or not. Let's keep that at 70 for now. Mixed feelings on whether or not these should all be priced the same, but different roles, like the value of a role, is highly dependent upon what kind of hive you're running and what you think is important. Like right now, upgraded bee sitters aren't going to confer me much value. It's nice to watch the little bees bumble around and do their thing. Yeah, haven't they? special bees that is kicking around that we haven't noticed, do we? Nope. It's fine. So I've got to tweak this so that the obstacle doesn't poke through the cells there. This one in particular has been problematic for quite some time. That's fine. Yeah, I guess we should get defenders. It's 100. Maybe 45 is too little for jelly storage there, I don't know. Or maybe it's nice to have a little research item that doesn't cost much. You're like, oh, I gotta research jelly storage as well. And then when you get it, you're like, oh, it's not actually that much. Yeah, so we're looking at yeah, I don't need that old code anymore. Maybe this should live in clear slots. Maybe. Let's go see where else we're calling it. Oh yeah. That's here. This is get payload target. I think it's one of these cases where, because it's only workers, right? It's in acquire target here. Target equals temp target. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be one of these things where we're getting a target and then no, that doesn't necessarily work. Oh, in here, sorry. Yeah, so we're like setting target to be a whole bunch of things, and it can end up being. Yeah, so probably this case here where you've got unbuilt tiles. No, but we do reset old target there. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. It's feeling tricky. Alright, we got jelly going. All ready to go, I guess. So let's find a good cranny to stick that in. Oh, it goes the other way, right? Let's do it here, I suppose. Someone's car alarm's going off. What our efficiencies look like? So foragers and bee, and like just general workers seem to have pretty good efficiency. They have been bumbling a tiny bit. Oh no! All right, yeah. Let's get that barracks going. See if we can do this in the time we've got available. This will be an interesting challenge. Alright, so we don't want any foragers right now. What we want is builders. I think this is going to be too slow to have much of an impact. Come on, my builder friends. That's 7. We've got room for 9 to be researching at a time. Maybe we'll do it. Okay, let's get these barracks up and happening. Keep the builders we've got until that's ready. And then bam, everyone up, but we're going to keep these guys at 34 or 5 or whatever. We are going to build a couple more barracks so that we've got more space. 16, got room for 16, that's enough. That's enough, and we just gotta breed them. Ha! Just gotta wait for our other bees to die. Come on. We have not got long left. 12 is enough. Get outside. Hey! So 12's the, you know, it's not advertised anywhere in the game, but 12's the minimum threshold for being able to drive all body away without any damage to the hive. It does cost you most of your deployed, or all of your deployed defenders though, so that's quite a big deal. But right now we don't need. So that's what we have that. It was about 33, that's fine there. Push our foragers back up and defenders down. Yeah, I feel like that's probably what we want. So then let us get our last cell that we haven't researched, and then we'll push towards getting this bigger baskets going on, and then we'll hopefully have a bit of an impact. I only got 2 workers. We do well though. Nice. Any other research that we want to do in the meantime? I guess we could do barracks upgrade. Suppose we could do a hunting refinery upgrade. Yeah, I think the refinery upgrades are going to be kind of valuable to us. We have 5, 11. kill some more of our foragers. 4, 8. Alright, so we got 100 storage, which is enough for us to get the honey refinery upgrade. I don't feel like the well, maybe. Yeah, actually, they're getting the refinery upgrades allow us to manually set production priority, and that will help, I think. Yeah, they're going to be doing their thing. Yeah, actually, I think the second that we get 100 jelly, we'll yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll leave it until we get 100 jelly because bigger baskets is going to benefit us more in the long run, I think. And then we'll look at production upgrades. Oh dear. What are you? You do not need to be a babysitter. What I would like you to be is a worker. Would you be also have? There you go. They can produce a little bit more in the way of resources than other bees as well, which is very nice and very handy. Let's pause mass production for now. So if we look, we got five in that bee. For honey, 6 honey there. 6. 5. Yeah, so there's a little bit of variance. The default amount is 3, and so they get plus or minus a couple. But now our fancy bee has like 12. So we get a lot more. A lot more there. I think I probably need to update the info screens to indicate that bee efficiency has an impact on their harvest amount. Hey Quellis, how you doing? Quellis. Welcome. Alright, so we're up to 90. Let's just pause this for now. Let them focus on jelly. And then we'll get that research going. And that will help us. Oh, actually, I suppose no, hang on. If I enable the other things, it's gonna eat our pollen and nectar up a little bit. So we'll just leave everything paused for now. Just having a nap there. Not paying any attention. Then yeah, let us resume production of whatever. and we might even select some of these now for foraging, just so we can get a bit more. Won't stop us from from sacrificing all our dudes, but you know, yeah, it's picking up nice. Nice. Let's take a look at our production stats. So we only got 8 workers, which means we can't maximize production on any one thing, like fully. So you need at least 9 workers per production facility for that. And I don't think that we're going to be seeing the what am I saying? Yeah, well, I mean, we don't have the need anyway, you know. We won't really be seeing multiple production facilities being used at once. We're halfway through, we're already 100 jelly. This all feels pretty good. I don't even remember what we're... Oh, we're researching bigger baskets. But we also want this, which is 800. Yeah, okay. It's not a super crazy big deal. You can be a forager. And you can wear flowers. Yeah, I quite like this this piece of music, so I wish we had maybe a couple more like this. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, we're down to 3 pieces. What happened there? Maybe we should push that up to 34, just so we're subject to slightly less in the way of whatever it is that I'm saying. Just random fluctuations. I think I'm just gonna deselect all those so that we're only focusing on these foraging zones. It means that we're always bringing more in. Oh, hang on. What do we need for? We need 80 for that one, 60 and 150. All right. Well, that'll get us up to 150. All right. Well, we're maxing out pollen and. Yeah, I want to kind of add some sort of over foraging thing, maybe. I don't know. I've been thinking about this idea of if you have too few zones selected for the amount of forages that you have going out, it may make them barren, and then you've got to pollinate them just to get them fertile again and pollinate again to get actual blooms. So there's a little bit of land management type stuff going on in there, maybe. I don't know. Need to think a little bit about that. Their little brains prioritize things in interesting ways. That's useful. Just keep an eye on our bee sitters and see if we're at any sort of critical juncture with regards to that. Yeah, I want to just bump that up a touch. Yeah. Just push it up over 50%, just so we can get back on top. Because the 3 that we have here will die. Twins. Twins again. There's going to be no population capacity left for them. You watch, we're going to have a crash. We have a population crash. Oh no, there we go. We just got a new bee sitter. And another one. Alright, that's enough for me to feel more comfortable. Let's put that back to 36. Let's put that back to 34. Alrighty. Yeah, the scale of how these things work is really interesting. So there's only enough honey here to produce, was it 6 jelly or something? Absolutely tiny amount. And there's only enough pollen and nectar to produce 44 honey right now. But we've constantly got more honey coming in, more resources coming in, so we're able to have a throughput that relies on that existing sort of resource flow. But it's not something that you have an opportunity to be conscious of unless you're sort of paying attention to how these graphs and how they operate. So I think that's enough for our upgraded honey refinery, which we'll do in just a minute, and that's kind of nice. There you go, switching over to wax now. Nice! Nice. All of our foragers that are born from this point forward, so if we look at this one, that's just a regular forager. We'll wait for a new one to be born. It's a new one, I think. That one's upgraded. So they have a higher efficiency and will be able to carry more resources. We will follow this one. This is Henry. When Henry returns from outside, the nice thing about how the layout works with this is that the top, bottom left and bottom right are is that Bonita? It's got 4 and 6. Mean that when you've got a whole grid like this, you can kind of work out without too much hassle which ones are full and which ones aren't. So 8 and 9, which is like a big increase in what's going on there. Might even be enough to sustain a second honey refinery, but since we don't have the workers to do it, I don't know if that necessarily makes sense. Let's kill off some of these foragers. Doosh. There we go. Do again. Think about this. We can afford to pull foragers down to like 20%. Block that off. Pull workers up to yeah, 33% is probably fine. We do want those builders though, so let's kill off a few more foragers because we don't urgently need those right at this second. Who are you anyway? Max? What are you, just a worker? Yeah, do your thing. We love you, little dude. No builders still. I like watching the progress ring on the nursery here snake around the outside of the cell. Moving like a slot car. Oh, good. I always find it interesting when players say that they don't have enough nectar or they don't have enough pollen, and usually it's one and not both. And I think is that research selected? Oh, we did not select that research. All right, let's tweak these a little bit. Here, at least 100, and at least 100, and I assume that was 50. Is it 50? Let's find out. 150, 100. Where are we? Oh, on the wrong screen. So let's push that up to 150. I'm going to push that one up to 150 for now as well. So we'll just let that accumulate. Yeah, you can already see the impact of this event on our nectar, which is really interesting. So then they won't produce anything until we hit that 150 that we need for the research. Oh, that wasn't 150 anyway. So let's pull that reserves down. I don't think we really need much at all, but helps things flow smoothly, you know. 2 workers. Let's kill off a few more foragers. We'll find some jelly flowers out here or something. I feel like I do need. Let's just do that. So we can get a few more workers going to get our stuff for us. I guess while we're here we can just pull all these down. I suppose we don't need them. Builders. Definitely have more excuse me. Yeah, more of those than we need. So let's pull that down to 32, I guess. Get the worker, right? Yeah, sweet. I guess I could turn him into a builder and get that research going faster. I think that makes more sense. You have the earmuffs. Yeah. But what we can do to offset the nectar state that we found ourselves in is grab these extra resources. Yeah. Alright. Bees, 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 bees. That stuff's nearly full. Guess I should build some more. Bloom is exhausted, that's fine. Do we have any nectar blooms that we know about? No, only pollen. Pollen and honey. It's going to cost us 12 and 4. It's a big spend. Fancy beast of there. Let's turn them into a builder too. Alright, we need for that 6120. Yeah, we need reserves to help with that. 6120. Yeah, we'll get that pretty quick. I think. I hope. This is gonna be cutting it fine. This is gonna be cutting it fine. But I do need that jelly storage upgrade. Makes sense to spend that. Do that now, which is wonderful. Kill the reserves. So many bases. The special friends hiding in here that shouldn't be. Yeah. 32%. Alright, so I guess we can leave production priority where it is. 4 builders. No. Not worth the risk there, I don't think. This isn't working right. These guys, only bees in this cell should be traveling at all. These guys should be just dumping stuff automatically. And I think I know what's going on there, so save that. Let's repeat our last search because I want to come back to that. All we want to do is look for payload target. So if the current target is one of these, So cell and connections. Oh, it's just not targeting upgraded ones at all. Okay. Let's just double check that we're not using base type anywhere else. We're not. That's cool. Equals cell.hex type. If cell.hex type in parent upgrade mappings base type equals cell.hex type. Okay, so what we're doing here, and what I might just quickly do, because I'm pretty sure I've done this elsewhere. Yeah, so that's exactly what we want. Alright, let's see if they do it. So these bees should be dumping their payloads and going off to do something else. Yeah, sweet. Alright, nice. Can we afford this? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, let's finish this first. Not paying attention. We still have a lot more bee sitters than we need, so it's just I feel slightly uncomfortable with messing with that too much. Let's just have a look at our bee sitter population history. Yeah, it's oh wow, we even had enough to have idle ones for a moment. Because we can only have 3, 6, 9, 12 active at once. So yeah, the workers in these two cells will move off to other things without spending a turn dropping their storage, but bees in these cells will need to find places to go for stuff. So we effectively get sort of half an extra thing that that those worker bees can do within their lifetime. Hell yeah. Alright, well that's our cue. That is our cue to commence expansion. Oh, can I see my... Yeah, sorry, I moved it over there while I was fixing that thing. Thank you for for letting me know there, Sloppy Dog. I appreciate that. No, we just had the caterpillar who wants to become a ballet dancer. Oh, hey Alex, I have been meaning to email you for quite some time. I assume that you have possibly caught wind by now that that Hive Time is out and available for people to check out. It's been a fun road, and yeah, looking forward to seeing what more people think of it as its audience grows. So far it seems to be positively received, which is really quite nice. For me, anyway. Whether it's nice for other people, debatable. These guys gone. So that's the storage upgrade that we're still working on there. So we got 70, 140, which was we got 280. Yeah, I think another one should do it. And we might even set some reserves here. No! Oh my goodness. How wondrous. That was, yeah, just gotta wait for, anyway, what I meant to do there was to set a minimum reserve of about 40 is fine. sales have not quite been as big as I'd hoped, but I am about to. I'm like, I don't know, 10 sales away from being able to, as far as gross income goes, cover all of the monetary expenses I had during development, which weren't very big, but you know, that's kind of a nice milestone to be passing, and looking forward to writing a bit more about how things were received and what numbers look like once I cross that threshold. Very low on wax. Because some idiot went and wasted all our wax and stuff upgrading and rebuilding rebuilding Arnie there. That was great. I loved it. Dear me. Yeah, so I think we get, what is it, 30 additional storage per upgrade. So if we've got 5 7s or 350? Is it 350? Oh, we're 374. We're 384. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 530, so it's 150. Maybe we need another one as well. Maybe. Yeah, that was. I'm glad I spotted that bug where this wasn't. The upgraded thing wasn't deploying properly. Did that research finish and I wasn't paying attention? It did. Let's do that then. Doink, doink. And the mirror wax. Oh, we can do jelly reserves, which are not even remotely useful. 12, 10 builders. Oh, very few beaters. Let's fix that one right up before they die, hopefully. So if we're lucky, the what are you? I want you to be a worker. Yeah. Yeah. Can we grab you? Let's. Is it Mr. Squishy? Oh, there he is. You to be a worker, mate. And you're gonna wear a silly hat for us. Yeah, you can wear a witch's hat. Alright, how are we doing here? Alright, we've recovered from this. Let's come back down to 34. We can now afford to upgrade these. It's 40, right? Yeah. touch and go. It's touch and go. I think we'll make it. But it is touch and go. I just want to make sure I got a good amount of storage before that caterpillar comes back. Which they should by now. Let's just double check the conditions on that. So it is Dancer returns, I think. Graceful return. Okay, conditions are met. We're going to have at least 100 available storage of those at the time that it fires, which I think we're maintaining. Just gonna wait for another few minutes for that to do its thing. Yeah, I really should have done the special one first. Let's zippy on down here and have a look at that. Don't even remember. Let's do Q next event. Yeah. And then we want to have a look at the process down here where the event thing is. Wish my scroll wheel wasn't busted. Drives me nuts. It's hiding from me. Vignette stuff. Events. Handle next event. Alright. This is all doing its business. And we're at 5:34, so we need another one. Well, actually, we don't sort of really need. We need another 7, which I guess I'll just stuff in here. Get a couple spares going on as well. More wax. Bring me my wax. You're not meant to go up there. You've got an adjacent thing. Oh, that's not graded. Alright, that's fine. But yeah, 614. That's more than enough. So yeah, down here in handle next event. Dun, 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 dun. Let's just see whether or not that's doing its thing. Actually, I should all the way up here. You're putting me out of pollen now, but we've got some available blooms. Not much in the way of safe available blooms. guess we could do more builders. Maybe. I don't really want to upset the balance we've got. We've got enough workers to be producing decent amounts of stuff there. That might be a good idea. Destroy this map room, which is gonna hurt some of our foragers, but oh well. Go and get them out there. And by having a thing there, then we'll be accumulating the resources just a touch faster. Trying special event, conditions not met, skipping event. Right, well what's the event that we were trying? Let's just print the whole thing out. Like. So we definitely have more than 100 storage free. Maybe there's something else in the special event queue that we haven't seen yet. But it's meant to push it onto the back, so I don't know what's going on there. Nice. Let's yeah, let's set our reserves and do that. Oh, doesn't matter. So that effectively pauses all production. We've got 6, 17. Yeah, we got enough exits to cover all that. All right, yeah. So why does this think it's producing? Yeah, that's wrong. That is wrong. Yeah. What are we calling this? Because I don't think we're doing B slots or door arrays anymore. That's all commented out. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna move that handle animation stop production. We're gonna just pull this out of here. Maybe. We're gonna leave it there, I guess. Is that? Yeah, it's checking all the upgraded ones as well. Yeah, let's grab it from here. Let's pop it in down here. And that means that we'll be calling that in a lot more places, and that will hopefully resolve. Hello. Oh yes, cell.hex type, not target. Damn it. Is that going to continue, or is it going to explode? Base spatial. Yeah, so save. It's gonna be happy now? Maybe? Alright, we don't want to upgrade this. and then we can fix those reserves. Hey, it's back. Yeah, we must have had some other special event in the queue that it was shuffling through. Nice, and that just filled up all our pollen that we spent. That was perfect timing. Very, very nice. I'm even kind of tempted to to make the upgraded wax assembler. Bam. There we go. Alright, so I guess we want jelly production to be high. And honey production to be high, that way wax will really get attention. Yeah, so come back here. I need to add in like a debug visualization for what's in the special events queue, I think, at some point. Not today. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do this. It's possible. It's possible. We don't need new builders anymore. Just... yeah, I mean, we need a lot more forages. Wow, we burned through that. Burned through that pollen and nectar real fast. That was good times. Let's get a couple of defenders out. Well, actually, we'll start pollinating the areas here. I reckon. We need 12. And 60 pollen. So let's keep our reserves at 60-ish. It's at 31. That is too low. It's going to decline. If we that's weird. Oh, that's locked. That's why. This gets back up to 34. And we want this to be a bit higher. Let's lock that at 34. Yeah, it seems fine. Alright, we can pollinate. Pollinate things. Go. We know what we're going to end up with, but we'll find out in a minute. 7. Yeah. Bit of pollen. Nice. So you get more pollen back than you spend. I think it's like the return is 100% from memory. Hey! So the caterpillar's back, it's a butterfly now, and it's repaying its old debt. And we now have enough honey. We kind of cheated there though, so we're gonna make a new queen. We're gonna stay in this hive, and we're gonna see if we can build back up at least 300 in the amount of time that we have remaining. That's the hope. One more forager, please. Clearly we have too many defenders there. There we go. And then let's walk out to this dangerous spot. Let's check what our target deployment is. 13. We've got a couple of deployed ones, so that's fine. Oh, what did this end up being? Nectar. Nice. Nice. Most of our workers are outside, I guess. Yeah, maybe we just had too much pollen at the time. Yeah, this is cool. In terms of like having a population never going over 38. Oh, that's interesting. The Queen. I forgot that the Queen takes up a slot. So yeah, that's an interesting thing there. But yeah, population never going over 38 is beneficial to us in the sense of you know, or at least to me, in the sense of being able to prove that a very low population hive is viable. It was something that I didn't really have a chance to spend a lot of. Oh, we lost a defender there. You know, want to push another couple of defenders our way? No. All right. Oh, whatever. Yeah, something I hadn't had a chance to do since making a few changes that would have impact on balance. So, feeling very happy about that. Doubly happy about catching this problem here. We do not want you to be a bee sitter. You're more valuable to us as a well, as a worker right now, I guess. Do you think? Vroom. Yeah, we're gonna, I mean, again, touch and go. If we had any, like, significant disasters that we couldn't get out of, then, you know, this, we wouldn't have come anywhere near, well, that's a shame. We wouldn't have come anywhere near, no. You go back to being a worker. The cool hat. We get any other sort of special bees? No. I don't know where the other one went. But yeah, as an example of a nice, tiny, compact hive that's got 600 jelly, way more defense than is needed, I think. If I did an upgrade here, which I guess we can spend time on now. We've got a couple builders and nothing for them to do. So we'll do that. We'll upgrade that. And I think one upgraded barracks will probably cover almost this entire area. We will see. Excuse me. Do 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 beep 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 beep. Yeah, production's been doing its thing. This is where we get the queen at that point, I guess. Oh no, sorry, that's where the butterfly landed and we went. Oh hey, our storage filled very briefly and then I spent it all. Let's upgrade that barracks. Yeah, so that's covering like nearly the whole hive. But not all the jelly. Oh, yeah, so we've now unlocked all the research things. I suppose we can get a royal decrease. Well, I guess we need the honey though to get that jelly. Come on, 780. Yeah, we'll do it with time to spare. I mean, the caterpillar was our was our big advantage there, but even without it, we would have gotten enough jelly done. Yeah, and I feel pretty good about that. Let's do a big screenshot. There it is. It's our tiny hive. Yeah, we probably wouldn't have been able to get away with anything smaller than that. Could be more compact, I think, though, by like bringing some of these up here into this space and using this space here. Probably could have condensed it down just a touch, but I think this is probably the smallest you're really able to get away with in terms of hive size. So what's that? It's 160 cells. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I stole some of our honey. 27. Not much. Not much. Certainly more than we care about. Not too little for us to care about, really. We fixed a couple bugs. Still want to find out how those production facilities are getting stuck on. That's like sort of that and the other sort of behavioural thing that I was talking about earlier. Which we're going to need a lot more bees for. So I guess I'll do a save. When this old queen's about to pop. You silly hat. That hat is too bright. Need to do something else with it, I think. Doop 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 doop. We should put posters on the barracks walls here. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, we finally exhausted this honey bloom. Let's spend some of these forages. Yeah, wow, we might even be able to get 600 jelly before before the old queen dies, providing I don't go and kill all our forages. What I should do is go back to here and just comment out these prints that we don't need anymore. Yeah, so I guess it's possible that I fixed the the situation where workers were, or production facilities weren't stopping animating, but I never really had like a reliable repro on that one, so yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do as far as what was I going to say? I don't know what to do so far as words. Alright, yeah, that's done. Oh, I got 2 workers. That's not great. Let's push that up a couple notches as well. Yeah, we don't even need to worry about that. And let's get rid of these guys because we don't really need them. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, if it turns out that fixes it, then whatever. Oh, good. Wondrous. Brilliant. The most useful thing I could hope for. Alright, so we cleared that nectar. Eight, 6. Oh yeah, I was gonna have a very quick read of oh my grabness. Let's try that again. Alright, so we do call randomize. So let's go to the GD script page. Randomizes the seed or internal state for the random number generator. Current implementation reseeds using number based on time. But are we using randi? What are we using for our vignettes? Are we shuffling our vignettes? That's probably the most important question. It's going to be in player somewhere. It's player at the top. There's that car alarm again. Yeah, so we shuffle them when we load them. Maybe it's just chance. Maybe it's just chance. Look at that. Look at that. We're gonna be up to 600 before before the last queen dies. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, I see why. No, we've got 1 defender left. Why have we got 1 defender left? It's a special defender. He's about to become a worker. There we go. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, we didn't have enough to yeah, dudes, sure. Yeah, we didn't have enough to do 600 jelly twice over, but I think we've definitely proven we can do it at least 1.5 times over with with the bees that we had here, which is fine because it means you've got a bit of a buffer, right? I like the music for this event. I'm really happy with how it came out. Do. It's a race. We got 100 seconds left. You can do it, little bees. Let's pause honey production and let them just focus on jelly. How much jelly can you make with that? 7 jelly. And we're over 600. There we go. Yeah, that's amazing. All right. Right, yeah, so what I want to do now, I guess, is I'll save this because this tiny hive is actually going to be useful. Small hive pop 38 is going to be useful for like testing stuff with small populations, like a late game hive with a tiny population. No, this one is not free software. I've made other games that are free software, and I use free software tools for making this, but this one is not free software at the moment. And I find that that generally speaking, it doesn't really make sense to talk about plans in that regard, because you know, as a creator, as an owner of a thing, as much as you can own stuff, it's important that I be free to make whatever decisions are the right decisions to make at that point in time. So if I make a commitment one way or the other, even if that's a very, very loose commitment where I'm talking about my plans rather than something that I want other people to feel like I am committed to, you know, it doesn't make sense to disappoint people. It doesn't make sense to give people to dangle a carrot in front of them, you know, like so, you know, I'm pretty free software friendly, and will continue to release and contribute to free software projects, but Hive Time is best viewed as a proprietary game at the moment. So our old queen finally died. Ah, I can see a portrait. She lived for 6,055 seconds. How nice. Oh yeah, way more forages than we need. let's upgrade this. Alright, yeah, let's get some more map rooms going. Map rooms, nurseries. We've saved our tiny hive, so it's not really a big deal anymore. Keeping our population down is not a big deal anymore. But now we're gonna blast it out of the park. We're gonna bring builders back in a sec. So right now we can drop our forages. We're going to keep our bee sitters up around 37%. We're actually going to lock that one. We're going to bring our builders up to 20%. Yeah, that all feels good. Alright, nurseries. Some more nurseries are good. We're going to want more map rooms. And we're going to want more workshops as well. I'll stick those out here, I guess. What's going on there? Some more nurseries up and happening over here. They're going to prioritise building on the empty cells first, which is fine. Just gives me more time to queue up what we need there. I'm going to turn you into a builder, champ. Yeah. Got 8 builders now. Population's going to skyrocket. Yeah, it's a tricky thing. Like, I genuinely believe that the free software movement is important, and I genuinely believe that it is critical that we confer and guarantee rights to consumers that match what the rights that we give people in the physical world. And that being that, you know, if you buy a toaster and you want to turn it into a helicopter, you can, and it's not illegal. Maybe it voids your warranty, but that's your thing. Do with it as you like. And I think it's important that we have similar kinds of rules for software, and that's something that we just don't have at the moment. That's probably the root of my free software allegiance, I guess. But it's also empowering, you know, like to say, hey, you know, if you're interested in this and excited about it and potentially feel inspired by it, you can pull it apart and see how it works and be empowered to make your own thing. You know, that's really positive. Maybe another bee sitter here. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna need more workshops though. We might even get that. Just wait for that tiny bit more wax to come in. Come on! There it is. Bam. We can get that upgraded thingy thinged. But we also want to get more workshops in, so our cool builder population doesn't suffer too much. And I guess while we're here, we'll stick some map rooms in. So far I'm appreciating Godot. I find myself enjoying its some of its identity and behaviors. There are things about it that I don't appreciate, but there is no tool that I've ever used that I consider to be perfect in, if that makes sense. Like everything has its rough edges. You're never going to find anything that doesn't. And I think it's important to when talking about tools and talking about, you know, hurdles that one may have bumped into while using a tool, it's important to recognise that you know, even the most robust general purpose tool generally has less in the way of rough edges than internal tools. So, like, compared to any internal tool I've used, Godot is a mile beyond that, because when you're working on internal tools, the moment that you can start making stuff, everybody's focused on making stuff. There's no need or drive to push things in any different direction, because that's not, you know, it's not what your focus is. And, you know, you'll improve things over time, but your priorities are always going to be making and shipping things. So yeah, in that regard, it's definitely a cool thing, and I guess you get the best of both worlds, since the source is available, and you can, you know, if there is some change that you want to make, you can. And I've fixed a couple of bugs and submitted some upstream patches. I'm probably going to be running my own custom version of Godot for this and future projects as well. So, you know, having the power to do that's quite valuable. It works more or less the same as Unity in terms of you know, any game that you make, assuming you're using the Godot provided export templates. Every game that uses that version of Godot and uses those export templates has an identical binary. So it's just the data file that contains all your stuff, and the data file is the same across the majority of your operating system. So I'm not super sure about not super sure about, hello, we don't want you there. Not super sure about the specifics of mobile stuff, because it's just not my domain and not something I care enough to pay attention to. Excuse me, but for the platforms that I'm targeting, the data file is the same on all platforms, so it's just the binary that's different. And in the case of macOS, we end up with a different, what am I saying, folder structure. You know, so mac.app things are just folders with a particular, you know, manifest file in a particular location, and resource files and binaries separated into different locations. So yeah, I haven't had to do anything specific. That's anything that's operating system specific, aside from a couple of, just like an input thing where on sensible operating systems, Shift doesn't give a repeat signal, but on Windows it does, or something like that. So yeah, there were a couple of cases where I had to put in some extra checks to solve things that behave a little bit differently on different platforms, but doing so didn't change the behavior on Linux or anything. You know, it's, I mean, let me double check. I don't think. No, is it os.version or something? Os. No, and the finding files doesn't. Couple of concerns I have with the editor, but they're super mild, super small. So where are we? Somewhere. os.getName. Yeah, am I doing that? Search. Aha, here's a check. Yeah, so this is redundant now. I was doing a so if you run shell.open on just a path on Linux and Windows, it opens, you know, on Linux it uses xdg open to open the path, and so that opens whatever your default file browser is. On Windows it opens Windows Explorer, so you can browse files that way. On macOS it's meant to open Finder, and it did in a previous version of macOS, but in current version you just got to prepend file : / to it, otherwise it won't do that. So you know, it's not a big deal, and that's the only piece of platform specific code I've got, is that, yeah. And I could easily just use that for any platform, and as far as I'm aware it still work. So yeah, no platform specific garbage on that front. Hey, how you doing? 23 viewers, well thank you for the host, I appreciate that. You've just come in at the end. I was making this tiny hive. All this stuff is new, and all this stuff is new, and all this stuff is new, but I was making like a hive, and I was going to limit myself to a population of 38, which I did successfully, and it was wonderful. I got enough jelly to make a new queen, and sort of demonstrated to myself, because I haven't done that kind of test in a long time, that a tiny population hive is still viable. But yeah, it's cool. What was I doing? Yeah, okay, so we got a whole bunch of dudes now. We got a whole bunch of stuff. What I want to do is make some more production facilities, and we'll see if we can get that weird behavior that I had previously noticed going. And if we can, we'll try and address that. So let's get a honey refinery down here, a jelly refinery over here. Doink. And since we're no longer doing the things that that we were doing before, I'm just gonna use cheats to do stuff. Yeah, just spend anything to spend money on. Not really money, but we can spend more. Sell pasta. Brilliant. Build those, that's fine. We'll just stick some jelly cells in here just to pull our storage down. Oh, and I probably don't need to press that, but whatever. Oh, good. I'm out of flax. Alright. So let's just build all that. Can't believe I pressed that shortcut when I didn't mean to. Alright. So everybody's stopping to work at the stuff that they should work at. This is fine. The reserves having an impact here. Let me just double check what they look like. Yeah. So what I was getting was bees would fly over to the jelly refinery here, and then wait, who's producing there? Is that producing? It's waiting for resources. What resources are you waiting for? Alright, hang on. Let's just pause that for a sec. This is in the production menu. Waiting for resources. So let's print this cost. Let's unpause that. Honey 20, nectar 5. Oh, my nectar reserves are too high. Okay. Oh, and honey reserves are too high as well. Alright, that's better. Alright, so now they are producing. Yeah, alright, that was my own thing. It was not sensible. Let's also got a little bit of time left. Oh yeah, yeah. So after, sorry, I'm just totally ignoring chat there. After we'd spawned a new queen and achieved hive sustainability with 38, then I had just started expanding and building a lot more in the hopes of tracking down this sneaky bug. Yeah, I think these guys just did it. So what are you doing? You're heading to an exit, so you're going out to forage. But we don't need to, do we? Like it can produce, yeah, what's going on there? Yeah, so these guys, they're heading to exits. Let's head to a honey refinery. Yeah, why are you doing that? Because we can produce, right? Yeah, we can. No? Could just be my my headset creaking, maybe? The wind is blowing at my door, but I'm not sure that would pick up on my mic. Yeah. I can't think of anything. I mean, there's these kind of sounds and stuff that happens, but yeah. So what I want to do, I guess. Okay, so you're Dave. You're heading to a jelly refinery. Let's do this. We want to find out what Dave's up to. Acquire. Have to spell properly. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is my door there. But yeah, it's pretty quiet. Is it definitely coming from this tab or from my stream? But yeah, the wind is blowing my front door enough to make it sound like it's being knocked on, but it's real quiet. So so what we want to do is this is gross. Alright, if the name equals Dave and role equals player.role.worker, alright, so we're just gonna give ourselves a little thing here as print tracking. Oh, I guess we're tracking Dave. And then what we're going to do down here is, so he's not outside the hive, we're not suggesting a target, so it's in here. If should track B, print checking payload target for B name doink. Alright, is using payload target for that beam, that's fine. The activities leaving die, that's fine. Won't be any of those. Checking worker. Target priority for that dude, and old target is there are other ways that I can track this, but this is going to allow me to jump straight to where I need to be. Alright, and then alright, that's never the case. Well, there's no construction going on, so it's not this one that's eating it up. This is getting a worker target. Target for that one. We don't really care about the old target at this point. So we know that if we're getting a forager target, then we've fallen through. But somewhere, I think the problem is going to be in well. I'm just going to print all the normal things. Oh yeah, I'm muted. Sorry, my bad. I had to cough and then forgot to unmute, but I'm just sitting here. Sitting here working out the best way to you know what, that's fine. I don't even need to can't afford to produce. Do we print the cost? Maybe we got more Daves than we realise. Yeah, let's just print out the cost mapping. Oh yeah, this is none of this is behind a Dave check. Well, that's fine because we can go. Should track be? We'll just put a breakpoint in here. Hey, now we're tracking Dave. So what's Dave? What's he up to? Where's he heading? That's the question. His target is yeah, okay. Target is that, and then we'll pause again, and we'll come back and look for the last time we were checking for Dave. This is the slow, boring way of debugging. Oh wow. Where's Dave? He's stopping this stuff. That's cool. So you can't afford to produce honey. No, you can't afford to produce. Can't afford to produce jelly. That's the jelly cost. It's only 20. Greetings! Yeah, I'm doing okay. If you're referring to fires, then down here in Tasmania we're pretty isolated from the mainland stuff. Definitely distressing for the rest of the country and even for us, but I'm not directly threatened in any way. I don't know if Urban's still here, but she's on the mainland, and yeah, air quality's not great, I don't think, in Melbourne at the moment. Yeah, the humble Australian, oh, what are they calling it? Calling it something. Humble Australian Fire Relief Bundle. Release Bundle. Relief Bundle. My goodness. Yeah, there's actually a whole bunch of games I've had loose involvement with. I have helped out the Armello devs once or twice. I have helped out Euro Truck Simulator dev once or twice. I think. Yeah, obviously Hand of Fate 2. I helped out with Linux stuff for Paradigm. I know the Crawl devs. I didn't really interact with them while they were making Crawl, but have helped them out with stuff since then. I helped out with testing of regular human basketball. I don't think I ended up helping the Five Lives guys, but I supported them on Kickstarter. I helped the Cactus guys a bit. Grace is Australian. Voxel Agents are Australian. I can't remember the name of these developers, but I'm pretty sure they're Australian as well. Hacknet, obviously Australian. Tried reaching out to the Paperbark devs to ask if they'd be interested in working with me to do a Linux port, but they were really never really got back to me, so don't know. Yeah, Cactus is great. They're not all Australian. This is by Voxel Agents, that's Australian. Death Squared's Australian. Don't know about Quest of Dungeons, haven't heard of that before. Machinarium's definitely not. Don't know about these three. Think of the Children is, I think. Primal Carnage might be. Adventure Pals definitely is. Euro Truck Simulator is not. I don't know about Duck Game, and I'm pretty sure Void Bastards isn't, but the rest of them are. So yeah. I think Quest of Dungeons wasn't in there last time I looked. Maybe I'll reach out and see if they want Hive Time in there maybe. Although, I don't know how to think about it. Oh yeah? I hadn't heard of it before at all. Doink. Turn-based dungeon crawler. Yeah, sounds neat. No plans for a Steam release. As I said earlier, I'm committed to making it available under a pay-what-you-want model with a minimum of 0, which Steam doesn't allow. I also like the idea of being on a platform where users are not required to run extra software in order to play my game, so there's no requirement to use a downloader or update a client, and where users do not need to make an account with the storefront in order to purchase or play my game. So if Valve ever decide that those are changes that they want to make, I'd definitely be interested in shipping Hive Time on Steam, but until then it's not for me. Oh, I see. Just in terms of visually the aesthetic of the screenshot. Yeah, fair enough. I gotta say I'm not familiar with Super Dungeon Delvers myself. Goodness me. Yeah, GOG don't do pay what you want either. So yeah, if they change, then yeah, definitely. But until they do, no. Yeah, so this is saying that let me turn off that breakpoint, can I? This is saying that we are close enough. We just can't afford. Yeah, so let's turn that down and watch what happens. We're all gonna stay there. Yeah, it must just be reserves. Oh, SSD is Tasmanian? I didn't know that. Let me go and have a bit more look then. Oh my goodness, there we go. David Amador is not someone I've met, I don't think. But that's cool. Yeah, I did maybe half of the 2D art. Oh, it's just my mic creaking. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it happens. I'm only wearing it on one ear, so it's a little bit more creaky than usual. Ah, okay. Fall Studios. Based in Portugal. I don't know, it's very, I don't know, maybe it's the wrong approach, but my general feel when identifying where a game is from is where the people who did the creative work come from. So like, I don't consider Day of the Tentacle, Full Throttle to be Australian, even though I worked on them and I'm Australian, because I didn't really have the opportunity to have any creative input into it. It was You know, when you're a porter, you're just doing other people's work. You're not doing your own stuff. Oh, Super Dungeon Delvers. Goodness me. No, you did say that was fine. That was me just not paying attention. Let's go take a look at that, because I was like just obviously not paying as much attention as I wanted to. Question is whether or not it has this. I'm going to imagine this isn't a website, but maybe it'll have a link to a website. Maybe it doesn't have a website. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've never had any luck with the Play Store or the iStore on the desktop browser. It was like demanding that I make an account and then I'm not interested. But yeah, I guess I can look at these questionable websites. Ah. Chicken man, duck man, person, lady, I don't know. Duck avatar person. I dig it. Yeah, it looks cute. Oh, it's Cracked Crusaders. Alright, let's go have a look. We're gonna get there eventually. Hey, and it has a website. Sweet. You know, I saw this art within the past couple of days, and was not paying attention to it. I don't have a mobile device, so mobile games just have zero mindshare for me. But yeah, I remember thinking that key art was kind of funny. Yeah, there are cool people all around the world making cool stuff. It's all very impressive. Let's have a look at Rava. Let's try sticking a game in there. Maybe this one? Rava and the Cyclops Curse? Yeah, looks cute. Oh, it's not the same on Steam? Yeah, same game. Alright, yeah, do stuff. It's all good, all good. Interesting. And it's on all 3 desktop platforms, which is always nice to see. Yeah, neat. Neat, neat, neat. What is this up to anyway? Numbers wise, 1.2 million. And that's US dollars as well. $1.2 million from less than 50,000 people. It's interesting. I'm not on here anymore. Bye. I think I put 128 in, so I've been pushed off the top contributors list, which is fine. You know, very happy to. I wonder if that's the Jeff I know that has historically contributed to significantly to Humble Bundles. Yeah, World Wildlife Fund. Yeah, I'm kind of, I mean everybody is, you know, I might feel like I'm a little bit poor, but there are certainly poorer people than me. But it does put me in a position where I feel like I'm not super equipped to contribute to these things. Yeah. I'm thinking of donating like a month's worth of Hive Time revenue after I cross that milestone of making back enough to cover all of my direct monetary expenses. But yeah, I'll look into that once I'm past that point. But yeah, so as far as I can tell, the weird behaviour I was seeing before is just a matter of yeah. So these guys are going to move on because this bee, one of these bees. Oh, it's an upgraded one. So no. This one's not upgraded. So someone here, yeah, someone there's already carrying the 4 jelly, and therefore no one else can work. Yeah. But yeah, so that's good. No bugs is good bugs. I thought I had something weird going on there. Now that I understand it, it makes sense and does not represent a problem, but in terms of making sure that bee behavior is readable, I'm going to have a think about whether or not I can make that clearer. But like I said earlier, yeah, we still fixed a couple other bugs, or spotted and resolved a couple of other bugs, so that's definitely positive. But yeah, so now that I've given that the attention that I wanted to give it, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here. Oh no, the game isn't 32-bit, it's 64-bit at the moment. I am going to be trying to do 32-bit builds and PowerPC builds, depending upon how far back I can go. But I am absolutely done and fed up with Apple, and will not support 10.15 or newer. I'm giving them as much of the middle finger and as many of the middle fingers as I can manage, and supporting old stuff is the only meaningful way I can do that while still looking after users. So that's where I'm at.